that the case was too weak to prosecute. Too weak to prosecute? They had video footage of Dino Sino children inside of the church where they found the videos. What more evidence could you possibly need? Well, in asked about when he was going to prosecute Dino Sino, Harry Connick Sr. said, quote, "Never as long as I'm the DA." End quote. Dino Sino was later given a minor charge of possession of pornography, which was later dismissed on a technicality. And that's a whole thing that we could do a whole episode on. I mean, you have apprising dozens, it could be hundreds of children in New Orleans. He's filming these children. He's tied into rings. And the district attorney literally says on the record, he's never going to prosecute him as long as he's the DA. And he gets off on a technicality. He goes free, even though he victimized so many children and made child. What the was going on in New Orleans? So Connick Sr. and Troop 137 and why all this went awry. This guy was part of something, in my opinion, much bigger than simply just being a guy with, predator tendencies or sin.
So recently in the news, Stanley Burkhardt was in the news again. He's going back to federal prison. Those of you who don't know who Stanley Burkhardt is, Stanley Burkhardt was the head of the pedophile unit for the NOPD back in the 1980s. He got caught up in that Boy Scout Troop 137 case. And Harry Connick was forever known as not only a closet pedophile, but possibly, not only a closet homosexual, but possibly a pedophile, because he took that case and he just butchered it. And his close friend who was arrested, who was allegedly his gay lover, his charges were dropped. Anyway, this is my point. I make this point all the time about drug prohibition laws, okay? Harry Connick Jr. was sending people away for 10 years if they had a crack pipe. Because what he did was he will take the crack pipe, he will send it to a lab, it will test positive for cocaine, and he will seek the 10-year mandatory minimum at the time or whatever Louisiana had for crack cocaine. And this went all the way to the Supreme Court. He kept fighting it. Luckily, the Supreme Court ruled against it, or they would have did it all over the country. But anyway, I always said you can always spot the pedophiles by the people who endorse tough sentencing for drug offenders. I always said that. I've been saying that in all my videos. You can always tell who they are because they know that if drug prohibition is eliminated, the people of Louisiana love seeing people go to jail. They love it. I don't know what it is. The people of Louisiana, especially Southeast Louisiana, they just love to see people get prosecuted for something, anything. They don't care. They like pointing their finger and going, shame on them. But these people know that if public enemy number one isn't drug users, it becomes pedophiles. I mean, think about it. You put a pedophile to your left, a drug abuser on the right. Who do you want? Who do you rather your kid be around? I mean, who do you rather be in society? The drunk or the pedophile? So the people who want to extend prohibition for narcotics are usually the closet pedophiles. They are the ones who want to double down on tough drug laws, just like Harry Connick and the Boy Scout Troop 137 case is, everybody will always remember him. This is Harry Connick Jr.'s father, by the way, the piano player. Everyone will always remember him for that case back in the early 80s. And I'm surprised he won re-election. The reason why he won re-election is because he was white. But New Orleans just wasn't ready for a black district attorney yet. So he ended up losing the one anyhow. But yeah, that is more proof. The case, the Boy Scout Troop case, Troop 137 case is proof. I've always said it. The people who scream the loudest, the people who want drug prohibition laws the most, are the ones who want to hide the pedophiles.